775. Just had a little vacation. Let's back to it. The last video I did on this 15K, I told you I was going to be putting it in soon, and that's what we're doing. So we finally got our permit, and we're installing a 15K. We're going to install it without a manual bypass. We're going to trust the bypass in the machine, and we're getting ready to just kind of laying things out. We're going to put a 200 amp fusible disconnect outside. I'll show you that. 15K is getting ready to go on the wall. We're using the Arc lithium batteries for those with this 15K. And we were going to use an outdoor gutter, but changed our mind. So we're going to put the fusible 200 amp fusible disconnect in this location. This was an old AT&T. Thankfully it's all disconnected, so we don't need it. So took it out of there. We're going to put the 200 amp fusible disconnect in here. That thing starting up just reminded me that we are going to put a micro air on that. That's a 4-ton unit, so we want to be able to run that in a grid down. That is one of the major goals here. We are we're on a power company that really doesn't allow for well, it doesn't allow for net meter anymore, and it's would cost this customer like almost $100 just to have a privilege of putting solar panels on his property. We're not going to do that to him. We're going to make this with time of use settings, the battery, and the 15K, and the solar. We're going to do the solar later. The solar is going there, and it's going here. It's going to be a morning southeast facing and a southwest facing array away from the power line. We got it located. We've got fiber in the ground too. Everything's located. So we are just showed up here, and we're just getting cracking, laying things out. Want to make it look nice. Want to make it work nicer. And pretty excited about this 15K. If you're on a co-op or utility that doesn't provide any incentives for doing an interconnection agreement or tying in, that's something that you want to and you still want to do solar, you can do it. And that's what this job is all about. Not interconnect, not grid tie, and do everything behind the meter. In order to do that, one of the keys to with the Sol-Ark are these CTs. And the CTs that come with the 15K are 300 amp. They're the biggies. So you got 300 amp CTs that come with the 15K. So that's nice. Okay, one of the things we've had to change in our Sol-Ark installations for the 15K is this thing is a lot thicker. It's about 2 inches thicker than the 12K outdoor. So we've gone to 12 by 12 by whatever length you need wireways. And when we're putting in a wireway, this is going to be where our solar comes in from outside. This is going to be our feed back to this panel to land on the mains. And so we're just prepping everything, knocking out holes, pre-drilling for mounting. Sometimes you got to mount it first to the wall to get everything right. And then I think we have everything we need. So we'll be bringing DC in here, AC from the solar to feed the house from our fuse disconnect outside. I'll show you the outside. And our holes are punched. We're ready to go. So now if we pre-feed this 4-aught SER in through the back, so you don't see all of our drywall hacks. We got a way to bring our power in. We got a way to feed the panel. We got our solar, and we're also going to bring a generator inlet in, and we're also going to do CTs for this. So, but we're getting there. Now we don't have a template made yet. I was trying to get a drawing made of this. I'm going to take this time and just sketch out one and make a template, and then turn that into a CAD drawing on SketchUp, send it off to my buddy who's going to laser me up a bunch of them. I've already had requests for the templates. All right, part of this project again is this awesome gizmo called the Micro Air Easy Start. Tony from Tony Thrasher's Heating and Air is helping me out again. And we just installed, they're very simple, just 4 wires, follow the instructions. I'll throw a little image on the video. And we just basically attach this to the outdoor condensing unit, put a little 1/2 inch strain relief to bring it in, cord grip to bring the 4 wires in, and then follow the wiring diagrams that are both on your unit that show the wire color, match it up to the instructions from Micro-Air. It's pretty easy. Now, I know some units have more complicated boards and things, and there's a, yeah, we're just following this diagram that was
that's the easiest thing I found to follow right there.
All right, so I don't know, I have a picture of that, I'll put it in the video. And we were 124 lock-in rotor amps yesterday in rush on this, so we're gonna put this thing back together and see what this does. We had really awesome results last time. So I'm putting a 15K Sol-Ark in here. I can surge supposedly to 26,000 watts, but if I don't have to, I don't want to. So we're going to see if this what it drops. So 124 is my baseline for lock-in rotor amps on this 42,000 BTU Rheem outdoor condensing unit. It's a 3.5 ton, and this little gizmo is going to allow them to have air conditioning or heating off grid. All right, let's see how it does. Oh yeah, 26.4 amps from 124 to 26. Figure the percent difference on that, Elijah. That's amazing. That is amazing. Hopefully they last a long time. It's the only thing I don't know about. Relatively new product, not many people are familiar with it, but man, oh man, if you want to have air conditioning on solar, you can do it with these Micro-Airs. Now, I don't know if they work on every unit. We're trying to, this is a Rheem unit, 3.5 ton, seems to be no problem at all. Simple wiring, and it sounded good. So we start in here with a nice and neat, this is pretty compact. This is a 5-foot wiring trough. It is 12 by 12 because of that added thickness, 12-inch thickness to the 15K. And we've got the 4-arc batteries, like I said. I'll give you a peek inside under the hood. We have 4-aught aluminum landing in the grid connection, 4-aught aluminum in the load side, and we're going to hook up the generator tomorrow. We've got CTs added, 4-aught battery cables, 2 200 amp breakers that are on the positive side. This baby will do 275 amps on DC at around 50 volts, charging and discharging. And the battery setup that I have will handle 300, no problem. We can add, I kind of build them all like this because, you know, we just never know. And if he wants more storage, I could take him out to the edge of the gutter, but then it would be a really nice compact be 35 kW a battery. We're putting 13.3 kilowatts of solar on here. Challenging solar site, I'll show you. But we've got everything staged to do that, so we'll be on solar tomorrow. And so we got the ground mount, Sinclair of course. And this is all completed, buttoned up, done, ready to land our solar through here. Finding cables. We added some ground rods to the house with some supplemental grounding. It was already grounded, but we added 2 more ground rods. We got this like amphitheater bowl here we're going to put the solar in, and we're going to have 2 16 module arrays, and I just pounded a post just to see how the soil was so I can sleep tonight, because it was fine. It pounded great. So this is now 72 inches, 73 inches in the ground. It's not going anywhere. It's awesome. All right, we're closing in on it. We got our trench in, pipes are in. I'm gonna pull the wire. I did everything backwards on this job. So I started with well, not backwards, but backwards from the procedure that I usually do. I'm really looking forward to seeing how I can use the batteries, the 15K, to net zero this home and not interconnect with a utility that's charging ridiculous amounts of money to be interconnected. So we're not playing that game. And this thing keeps starting beautifully, and we're doing good. Okay, we're just starting to put up our first Canadian solar panels. These are bifacials, 30 millimeters thick. Pretty awesome looking panel. I'll have 32 of them on this job. We've got 3.3 kilowatts using the Bobcat. Bobcat's got its own shade today, more shade than I got. So we got a little bit of shade here where guys are staying cool, and then we'll go blitz it, and then if we get too hot, we rehydrate. They're Canadian 415 CS3W by Haikus. How many panels are on there, Elijah?
33.
Yay! The other cool thing is when they're 30 millimeters thick and you're doing a 32 panel job and you got one extra panel, you go into the job much less stressed. All right, it's a wrap. It's Saturday. We just wired in our first bit of solar. We've got a thunderstorm happening here, so of course we're not bringing in any solar, a whopping 600 watts. And hello. Don't shut off on me. Okay, so we're good. Everything's great. Batteries are full. We're connected to the internet. And we just got finished wiring. We got to do one more array, but we did want to get before we left for the weekend. They're not going to inspect me for a week. That's how far behind they are. But that is completed. This is completed except for the final wiring and wire management. All right, so doing a little, I was going to see how this performs. It's no problem running that. How many times have I said that? So we're going to see how this does. This is facing south beautifully. This one's southeast. Again, I'm not able, there's no interconnection here with the utility. And I made sure I was off of their right away because they're not going to be happy with me. So this is first with a 15K with a 200 amp service, no interconnection, just a permit, and got all the licensed engineer drawings. And you spend 500 to 1,000 on the job depending on which county we're in, which authority having jurisdiction we're in, AHJ. And so I think it came out good. This first one I've done on a kind of a bank like this. I like the lead length on these Canadians was a lot longer. Didn't have to make any jumpers. So super easy to wire up. 2 strings of 8, 2 strings of 8. And I pulled it in, even though it's very close, I use number 8s. So no voltage drop, negligible voltage drop on this job. I'll come back and clean up a little bit. We're about to get pummeled with rain, so I'm not doing it today. Oh, this one MC4 in the dirt's bothering me. It's rough being the boss. You just see everything, and everybody thinks you're a critic, but you really just like what you do. Anyway, you know what I mean, if you're the boss. So, yeah, just came out really nice. The frames were good on this. Everything's straight. No, what I call scalloping, or shark tooth, whatever you want to call it. Just super nice. So good job, Canadian Solar. Really like these. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Brutus the Bobcat did wonders delivering our panels right to where we needed them. And between the Mini and the Bobcat, we're styling. And oh, don't let me forget to talk to you about these speed binders. These things, my buddy Tony said, what are you doing with the old hand ratchet style? So these speed binders are amazing. And again, they're rated for a G70, 9,200 pound working load limit. I've got G70 transportation chains, so I'm matching that. And got them everywhere. Love these things. Speed binders. Okay, we only got to go a few miles to my house. So awesome. So, all right, the guys did great. Everybody's hot. Everybody wants to go home. Ooh. Yeah. All right. Here we go. I guess I'll go first. I'm going first. All right, folks. We'll see you later. Signing out from another solar job.